Hello, everybody. Welcome to an all-new episode of BYLATINMEN with your favorite hosts, Anthony and Kevin. And we're back for an all-new episode.
Was that plural? Was there an S at the end of hosts?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. You heard it?
You had a little speech impediment.
I was stuck.
All right. So we've been doing a lot of evergreen episodes, but because this episode is late because of me, we're just going to do a timely one, and we are going to talk about Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson's breakup and sort of just what the internet's reaction to that has been, because it sparked a lot of conversation. So over the weekend on Saturday, Megan Thee Stallion announced that she was no longer dating NBA player Klay Thompson, who she's been with for about a year now. And so she posted to her Instagram story, "Cheating, had me around your whole family, playing house, got cold feet, holding you down through all your horrible mood swings and treatment towards me during your basketball season. Now you don't know if you can be monogamous. Bitch, I need a real break after this one. Bye, y'all." So, there was a lot of reaction immediately. I just thought that it was sad, but what was your immediate reaction?
Right, I was like, damn, Megan can't catch a break.
Poor girl.
Sure, bro. She can't have it all. You should have stayed off Broadway, girl.
Yeah, she is currently still performing in Moulin Rouge on Broadway, but she's cutting her run short. She was supposed to be in the show until May 17th, and her last show is going to be May 1st. Yeah. So I actually have a friend, Elizabeth, who's coming up from DC. She was going to the May 16th show.
To see her, yeah.
She's still going to go because she has tickets, but, that kind of sucks. But I would imagine that, it's a lot of pressure. First of all, doing Broadway is already so hard, but she was getting really good reviews, and she looked really happy, so that sucks. I think when it comes to celebrities, people are very quick to, as we will discuss, jump on and have conversations about them as if they're not real people and as if they don't exist online and they can't see these things. Yeah. And I think something that people forget, which my friend Jessie Wu was reminding folks in her podcast, is Megan Thee Stallion doesn't have a family. She doesn't have siblings. She doesn't have any living parents. And, she was in what appeared to be a serious relationship with this guy, met his family, was
spent the holidays with the family.
And so that sucks. Yeah. I feel bad for her on a very human level. Yeah. So have you noticed the gender divide online over this conversation?
I don't think it's only a gender divide. I think it's a lot. There is definitely a gender divide. There is that side of the backlash that she's getting, or the hysteria around the breakup. But there's also the fan bases. And obviously, Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion beef for a long time. They're probably still beefing.
How the hell is she getting in this conversation?
Because Barbs are dragging Megan. Also Tory Lanez fans are happy that they broke up. And they're on Klay's side. But when I saw it, I was like, damn, that's fucked up. And then she's the only one that spoke out, so it's kind of weird. And it was a text. It wasn't even a video. There wasn't much, you can't really put too much to it. She just typed it out, and it left it for the world to consume for 3 days. And then she announced the early departure from Broadway yesterday.
Some men, specifically podcast bros and podcast hosts, have been clowning her and talking about her reaction to allegedly being cheated on. So
by an NBA player.
So one reaction that I thought was interesting was Stephen A. Smith, who always is in someone's business. So I'm gonna play this clip from Stephen A. Smith, and then we'll react.
Help a brother out, ladies. Help a brother out. She didn't know that. This is just totally clueless. Rap artist, singer, incredibly talented, very popular, very well connected. You didn't know that he was single before you, and that, he liked being single. Now, I ain't here to tell a man's business, because I would never do that. I'm having this episode on YouTube because I'm asking, why is she telling his business? See, that's where I want the ladies to listen. I'm sick and tired of what's going on in this world. I'm not saying whatever she felt was wrong. I don't know what happened in their relationship. Don't want to know. Ain't none of my damn business. Ain't none of y'all's either. But Megan Thee Stallion made it so this Saturday night. Why? Why? How come you couldn't just break up and go on your merry way? How come you couldn't just say, we had our time together, but I'm back being single again. Klay Thompson and I are no longer together, and leave it at that? Why we got to dog the brother out? Why? Is there a wedding that I missed? Is there nuptials that took place that nobody knew about? Did we sit up there before God and say, yo, here's what we doing? Oh, by the way, I'm one of those people that feel even if that's violated, that's between you, your person, your pastor, and God. It ain't none of nobody's business.
So someone responded to Stephen A. Smith and said, so Klay cheats, but it's the woman's responsibility to go quietly so as to not embarrass him. Fuck you.
Right.
Someone else said, idiots shouldn't have a platform. If you defend a cheater, that's because you're one yourself or you would have done it first. And then someone else responded, so he couldn't just tell Klay. So Stephen A. Smith couldn't tell Klay. He could have just left and went on his way instead of cheating on Megan.
Right.
What's your reaction to Stephen A. Smith?
It's just so, I could have responded to every line. I mean, I held myself back, but first of all, what the fuck does marriage have to do with this? It's a celebrity relationship that was public, so why wouldn't the breakup be public? Also, she didn't even drag him. She stated the facts. It was like 3 lines. And it said he cheated, he had her playing house, and now he's saying that he don't know if he could be monogamous. She did not drag him. She let everybody else do whatever they want to do with that. But the men that are defending him, like Stephen A. Smith, he's in basketball and he's in sports. They think that all men cheat. It's not a big deal. Like, the woman should look at what he's giving her and not about the cheating, and that it's all about insecurity. For him to tell her what to do with the breakup is like, why you had to respond? You could just shut up. You could have ignored it. Why are you even highlighting the breakup if you think that it shouldn't have been public? It doesn't make sense.
Specifically his comment about marriage and did you go in front of God and stuff like that, to me is such a weird statement to make. And I think that this is how a lot of men and people in everyday life, casual people, like not just celebrities, get away with cheating, or they try to get away with cheating by sort of tampering down or trying to diminish the seriousness of their relationship with someone by either saying, well, we aren't married, or if it's like a situationship with someone, they say, well, we've never been official. But the thing is that when you are intimate with someone, at some point, and as grown adults, we should all know what that point is, and that should be clear between two people. There is a point where you are responsible for someone's feelings. You are responsible for how you treat someone, and you do owe them a modicum of respect. So to say that no one who is unmarried owes their partner in their life, or the person that is in their life, any
explanation or loyalty.
That's crazy to me.
But I have to disagree with you a little bit. I'm taking the situationship out. Like, no. If you're in a situationship, that's your prerogative. That was your choice.
I don't think that that's true.
I think you can compare a marriage to a a relationship that has a name and a label and boundaries. A situationship don't have that. And feelings get involved.
Let me specify what I mean by a situationship. Let's say you are dating someone and it's been 5 or 6 dates. You're on your way to a relationship. You are not in a relationship yet. That is what I presume someone is feeling.
It depends on how long you do those days.
Hold on one moment. Let me finish let's say you're seeing someone for 2 months or so.
Okay, thank you.
I don't think that that's enough time for it to be like, oh, we're in a committed, serious relationship. But you, at least one party in that situation, believes that you are on your way to something.
But someone both
changes,
can be.
Correct. And someone changes their mind and says nothing and ghosts them. That to me is an example of me saying, when someone does invest anything in you, time, as grown adults, you do owe people a modicum of respect. I think if you are seeing someone or spending time with someone, being intimate with someone for an allotted amount of time, you do owe people something.
I don't agree with that. Again,
You're a piece of shit.
I still don't agree with that. Well, I don't do that. See, that's why I date the way I date, with intention, and I lay it all out in the beginning.
Well, now he's better than me.
So what I'm saying is, I disagree with his comment too, because also talking about marriage when you support Trump, shut the fuck up. Like, these fake Christians, stop talking about marriage, stop talking about God. And also, you're talking about God, but defending a sin. It doesn't make sense. But what I'm saying is, as grown adults...
Well, remember, the cheating part didn't come up in Steven's comments.
I know.
It was like you're dogging him out.
Well, that's the dogging part.
Right.
The dogging part is you... The dogging part was her putting out the reason why they broke up, which is cheating. That was the dogging out part. He didn't want to say it because he don't want people to attack him. Maybe he's been caught for cheating on his ex or whatever. Who knows? But what I'm saying is, in a relationship, we can't compare a situationship that you're like. I'm not gonna say that people don't catch feelings and that it's fucked up if you ghost someone. What I'm saying is, you can't compare that to this relationship. So why are we bringing it up? If I can compare her relationship to a marriage easier because they were committed, they were exclusive, they were public, and they intertwined the families. So it's more serious than just a situationship where there's no communication. It's not established on they're exclusive or not. If you're established on, are you still seeing other people? Because if you don't even know what y'all doing, are y'all still dating other people in 2 months? Like, why do that other person owe you anything if those things haven't came up?
I think that's BS.
You haven't ever ghosted someone?
That's not my business. I have a man. Let's move on.
All right. Well, fuck Stephen A. Smith.
A lot of what people are talking about is dating as a come up for celebrities. Yeah. And people are talking about, there's been a lot of debate. Suddenly, this isn't just like a breakup. You know, like, people were upset when, like, Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston broke up.
Yeah.
Or I guess some people were upset when, like, J-Lo and Ben Affleck broke up for the 15th time or whatever.
And Mark Anthony.
Just in general. Like, people are talking about, like, the relationship, right? Suddenly, Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson are, like, beefing about, like, who is more...
No, suddenly Megan Thee Stallion is a broke bitch on the street. And Klay Thompson is a billionaire.
So a lot of people are talking
Neither
about,
one
like,
is accurate.
Dating as a come up and how, like, they see athletes dating stars, stars of their own, like a Cardi B and a Megan Thee Stallion, in order to get a come up to increase their profile and then break up with them. And so people are talking about how Klay doesn't need Megan, or Megan did something for Klay, or Megan needed him, or whatever, which I think is so weird, but it does happen a lot. It happens a lot.
But I don't think, like, not in this way.
No.
Not in a public relationship. Like, if you only seen out dating and taking pictures and then y'all break up. Like, I believe celebrities get paid and they have publicists that set these things up. Like, how many people have Kim Kardashian dated? Like, and they weren't really, I don't really think she was fucking all these men. She was dating them. She was a woman on their arm for a few months.
Well, did you watch the Life and Death of Lamar Odom?
He died?
No, but that's the name of his like docuseries on Netflix.
That would never interest me.
Well, that's fine.
But go ahead.
But in the documentary, he talks about how, like, he wanted that Kardashian. He proposed to Khloe Kardashian in 7 days. And she was 23.
Well, because he was 40-something and a washed-up basketball player.
He was in his 30s.
He looked like he's 50 when they were dating. But what I'm saying is, his career, basketball career is ending in the mid-30s.
Right.
And he was on the Lakers the whole time. Nobody really knew his name. And he's about to retire, so he probably wanted some fame.
But he says that. He says that he wanted that Kardashian fame. And I think he was
a piece of shit.
And I think we saw that also with Cardi and whoever that man was. And then a lot of the reaction online to all this has been about like fan bases, like, and people's, like, parasocial relationships to these celebrities. And we see that all the time. I just think it's so bizarre for people to be personally invested in celebrity relationships or to discuss celebrity relationships on public platforms like this.
I disagree again.
I think it's weird because I think that people are of the mind that, like, celebrities, I don't know. I feel like people hold two thoughts. I feel like people see celebrities as more accessible now because they are on social media and stuff. But I think people think about celebrities online as, like, a one-way mirror. Is that what it's called when you're in an interrogation room? You can only see through one side. Is that what it is? That. Because I think that people consider celebrities more accessible to them, but then they think that somehow celebrities are insulated from the conversations that everyone's having about them, and I don't think that that's true. So I always find it kind of, I think it's because now I have so many celebrities that follow me, and you notice how many people are like online constantly. I'm like, it's weird to be discussing you in places where you can see.
All right, so I just think that just came with the times changing and evolving. Because back in the day, and we already had this discussion before where you said the same thing that you think is weird, that people are so attached to celebrities or whatever. And I'm like,
I'm consistent, if
but
not
what I'm
anything.
saying, but it doesn't make sense with the word celebrity. Like, to be a celebrity, you have to have fans. Fans want to know everything about you. So it's like, why would that stop with a relationship?
I'm a fan of people's work.
No,
I know.
But
I'm expressing my
you
opinion.
can be a fan of somebody's work who's not that famous. Celebrities are people that don't even need a profession, doesn't need a talent. They're just popular.
Like, there are people who open themselves up to being scrutinized, to having their life opened. Like, when I discovered K. Michelle and her music, you know, she has like a smaller fan base, but like when I discovered K. Michelle was via probably Spotify or something, and I love her. I still listen to like her old albums to this day.
Well, that's what she has.
But I never took it upon myself to watch her on Love and Hip Hop, even though I knew that she was on there at the time. And then she had her own show. Yeah. Because I knew I didn't feel like watching.
So you're not a person that would make someone famous. That's all it is. I don't think it's weird because, first of all, these artists or celebrities today can't pick and choose. Like, if you want the fame, this is what comes with it. That's just how it is. But back in the day, it was no different. Like, even though we didn't have access, and also it's not really access. Like, Megan Thee Stallion says she doesn't even check her comments or even look at Instagram since what happened with Tory Lanez. So they're not talking to her. They're arguing amongst each other. So that just shows you whose side they're on, who they like better, whatever. I'm not going to do that, but what I'm saying is, the celebrity can't choose, first of all. I don't think about the celebrity feelings because a celebrity just don't have to check comments. That don't make no sense. It's not like you're walking outside everywhere you go. They give you the Scarlet A letter.
But that does happen.
Like that bitch from America's Next Top Model that was being called a whore. Like, that's not the same as what's happening now. Like, nobody's running up to Megan Thee Stallion. It's like, oh my God, Klay cheated on you. Nobody's doing that. So, back in the day, right, you think Michael Jackson, who was so private, but so the most famous person in the world, he couldn't get away from it. It's like either you want the fame, you go out in public, or you stay home. I agree. But also, back in the day, it's the same as social media. It's just back in the day, they bought magazines, saw the little bit information provided, and then they talked about it with people in person.
At the water cooler.
Now they're arguing online.
Yeah.
And it could be with the same people.
I agree. I understand that it comes with the territory. I think my judgment is just of the activity itself.
No, but you said you don't understand how people can be so invested in celebrities.
I don't understand how people can be so invested in celebrities' personal lives.
What would they be invested in?
Their work.
Celebrities are not talented people. They weren't originally. Now, anybody with fame is a celebrity. But back in the day, it wasn't like that. Back in the day, it was just like Anna Nicole Smith. What the fuck was her talent?
Oh my God, stop it. I love her.
There wasn't one. So that's what I'm saying. This is the distinction.
My body?
Like my body?
Now, celebrity... Like you said, like Lamar Odoms, he exposed exactly that. You're a basketball player, you make millions, you're an athlete, but you're not famous. So you want that fame. So now you want to be a celebrity, even though you have a career and a talent. When you choose that celebrity, you can't choose how much you get it. But I want to also say, like, we already said that there's the misogyny argument and then also the fan base argument. The misogyny argument is more of what you were saying, where is the males saying, oh, what do you expect? He's a basketball player. He got all this money. Like, she's coming up off of him. They believe in the fake headlines about how she's asking him for money a month or whatever the case may be. The fan base argument has nothing to do with accolades. It's like, she's a lying-ass bitch. She's a hoe. She got Tory Lanez locked up. She had fucked with so many men in the industry, and even women are defending Troy, like, cause they like Tory Lanez, and they say that she's a hoe. They just don't like Megan Thee Stallion. But again, that's what comes with the territory. I just don't understand how people are putting Megan Thee Stallion like on the corner and him in a penthouse. That makes no sense because before her, most of these people didn't know him. Like, unless you're a sports fan or you just happen to like light-skinned ball players, that's the only way you know who Klay Thompson was, because he's not the star of his team. She is an established artist. She's successful. She's independent. She doesn't need a man. So for them to say that he was a comer for her doesn't make any sense, because she don't need him.
I'm not looking for a man.
And
Let's
for him,
start there.
even though he's worth what, $450 million or something like that? Or he got a contract for $450 million for his whole contract. He was not famous. Clearly, he likes it. He was with her everywhere. She was with him everywhere. They took every picture. They was posting themselves on a boat, on a yacht, on vacation. He liked the celebrity. He was on her lives. They were doing TikToks together. She was with his family on Instagram and TikTok. So you can't say she needed Klay. That doesn't make any sense. And that she fumbled the bag. She doesn't need him. She's a successful woman. But that's all I gotta say.
So Megan apparently either she posted the video or it was probably her fine ass. Is he her stylist or makeup artist?
Who?
Kalon.
Hairstylist.
Whatever he is, that man is beautiful. I don't know if he posted the video, but she was out apparently like last night taking shots, and people were judging her for like moving too fast or like already being outside in the streets. How do you judge?
So you victim shaming.
How do you judge when is the right time to move on?
Because I want to tell you,
if I break up with you at 4 o'clock, at 4:30, I'm gonna be at the bar.
So she's not supposed to show up to work and stay home and cry because she got cheated on?
Apparently.
You don't do that when you are a boss and rich bitch. Like, that's the whole thing. She can move on because she can. She's not gonna sit home crying about losing Klay Thompson. That shows you that she didn't need him for a come up. But what do you think?
I think people are able to grieve and mourn however they want. And if she wants to put off crying and take some shots, let her. She's probably... You don't know what people are doing.
Now, grieving is different. Now, hold on.
You grieve relationships.
But if you grieve somebody that died like that, then I can question it.
Different.
And I can throw shade
That's not what I was talking about.
But what if he died?
Anyway, my grandmother did recently die, so let's take shots after we leave here.
Praise. See, but again, that was 2 weeks ago. It wasn't the next day.
It was a month ago.
A month?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. All right, but can we discuss the whole argument online? I'll just briefly say it.
Okay.
What do you think about people comparing how many people they've been linked to publicly and shaming Megan for how many men? Mind you, Klay has been connected to more women since he's been famous or public than Megan has to men. What do you like? What is the point of that argument?
Society hates women. That's what it comes down to. We hate women. We want to shame women. We hate femininity. And any woman who gives attention, eye contact, God forbid, sex to a man.
Go on a date.
You are a slut.
Yeah.
You are a whore. You are trash.
But do you think Megan Thee even care about people saying that?
No, like, I don't think she gives
to her music.
a damn.
She don't give a fuck?
I don't think she gives a damn. And neither do I.
And again, that was the misogyny part. The men defending how many women he dated.
I think it's crazy to bring up, but we are adults, guys.
Yes. Someone said Megan should be like, it should be like happy and ecstatic that a man would even choose to date her publicly after all the shit that she's been through in the public. I'm like, wow.
Damn, I don't deserve love then. I
bet you these
I must
men,
be a whore.
I'm like, I bet y'all single, ugly, broke, and just typing away defending Klay Thompson.
All right. Well, anyway, this went on for entirely too long.
Said it was the whole episode.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with Latin Lovers and Retweet or Delete.
All right.
So we're going to continue to use this topic as a jumping off point. So
that's called a segue. You didn't have to say it.
Say it. You have a speech impediment tonight.
Like I'm tired. I'm telling you.
Really
I
crazy.
told Kevin, I said I'm so exhausted.
You tried to shade
today.
me, and God got your tongue. All right.
That's all right.
So going back to Megan's Instagram post about the breakup. A lot of people, as we said, like Stephen A. Smith, have been calling her out or judging her for like bringing this to the public.
Yeah.
So do you think that airing out someone mistreating you this way online, which we've seen a lot of people do, is that like a childish way to do it? Is it more mature for you to handle your breakups privately in general, not just celebrities?
Listen, when you break up and you're the person that was wronged, you don't know how you're gonna act. So like people are going off based on emotions. Usually after a few months or whatever, you be like, I wish I didn't do that. Like I didn't need to do that. I could have just moved on or whatever. Or they ain't deserve all that attention. But I don't think about if it's immature or not. Like if you did something wrong to me, like unless we are breaking up amicably, like we just both saying like, listen, this ran its course, I don't have no animosity to you, like they never knew that each other was cheating and nothing happened like that, then you don't have to say it publicly. You can just be like, oh, like we don't date anymore. But if somebody did something to you, you have all the right to do whatever the fuck you want, whether you want to be public, if you want to move on quietly. That person don't have nothing to say publicly because they're the ones that fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't think it's about immaturity or maturity, because she don't need attention either. That's what people saying, that she's doing it for attention. She's Megan Thee Stallion. You're under her post. You're under the post because of who she is.
We're talking about the general public at this point.
Yeah.
I do look at people who bring their relationship drama to social media really fucking crazy. If Megan Thee Stallion was Betty who works at Walgreens that I follow online, I would be like, girl, why are we in this? Why do we need to know?
I'm a dragon, and I'm inserting a receipt. Go ahead.
As a celebrity.
Keep going.
As a celebrity.
Don't be trying to compute in your mind what I'm going to bring up.
As
go ahead.
a celebrity, Megan Thee Stallion is different.
Okay.
Because this is a public relationship,
I was talking about anybody in general.
No, I know. Okay. I'm clarifying my statement.
Okay.
I do think that it is crazy for people to bring their personal drama online.
I don't know what that hand up is doing.
I don't know what you're about to try to say.
Oh, go ahead. You ready?
Ahead. Sure.
This is coming from the same man who watched like 100 videos
of what?
Of a bitch that got cheated on and robbed by her man and all this shit. And then did a whole YouTube series recap on this shit. That's exactly what this guy did to that white man on CNN last night. With the receipt, like, damn, you retweet Trump being up CNN?
Oh, man. Listen.
How do you, wait, no. Hold on. Earlier in this episode, he said, and I'm consistent.
Because.
And he's not.
I would argue that, what was her name? Risa Tisa.
Look, he know the name.
Of Who the Fuck Did I Marry fame. Was a cultural phenomenon.
Do not bring up who the fuck did I marry. That was after she went viral, okay? And they turned it into a thing. You was invested from the beginning.
It was always Who the Fuck Did I Marry. That was the name of her series on TikTok. But
didn't they make it something on Netflix?
It's not out yet.
Okay, go ahead.
They're still working on it. But that is the thing. The story was so big and everyone was so tuned in that she got a Netflix deal off a fucking TikTok YouTube series.
But she was a regular person.
Where were we when this was happening? Because I was watching it like out in the street.
It was just COVID.
It was not
COVID.
Was COVID. This was not
during COVID. It was like 2022.
That was not COVID. When did COVID end? It's still here.
COVID just ended last year.
It's still here.
Yes, it's still here.
Anyway, that's different.
That's different?
I do think it's funny that you...
Kevin didn't know shit about these. Like, first of all, she's not a celebrity or somebody he knew. But yeah, the two things he brought up, he didn't know her and she was a celebrity.
I do think it's funny that you recalled that so quickly. Ooh. I do want to say,
I'm like, this because I refused to watch the shit.
When we were out the other day,
and this man was so invested, he was watching it in public.
When we were out,
and made a recap series like this wasn't a TV show.
When we were out in public the other night,
God.
And you introduced me to someone, and you were like, "This is my best friend Kevin." I was like, yes, I am. And moments like this just proved to me we spend way too much time together because I surely was watching that in your car.
Exactly. I'm talking about it was hours. How many hours of it was?
I think it was like 15.
That's ridiculous. But he was so invested. So how do you feel now? What do you want to say?
I feel exactly the same. Because at least Risa Tisa had some charisma. If you're going to blast your ex, make it entertaining. But like random Instagram story posts talking about like, fuck this man, I don't care.
Yeah.
I feel uncomfortable.
If it's too much text, unless it's a screenshot, I don't want to read it. I don't want you writing stories in multiple slides. Like, I don't want to read.
Make it something tangible.
If you ain't posting no evidence and receipts, we don't want to see it.
Keep it to yourself. Keep it in your group chat.
But also, I do want to make it clear, like, if your relationship is public and you have literally a couple page, or you make all your content together, you owe the public an explanation. I'm going to say that now.
I don't think that
and
that's
if you
true.
don't give
and
it,
we've had
you
that
should be
conversation.
your page should be deleted.
We've
Go
had
ahead.
that I don't think that that's true. Anyway, all
We
right.
disagree.
Well, last topic here. So in her post, Megan Thee Stallion mentioned that Klay Thompson allegedly told her that he wasn't sure if he can be monogamous now.
Right.
And that was a lot. That's a lot of what people are talking about. And I'm curious to know, a lot of people post betrayal, like post being cheated on.
Yeah.
Are usually like, oh, well, maybe monogamy is bullshit. Like, a lot of people start to have the thought process that maybe men are not trustworthy, or maybe people can't be monogamous. And so maybe
men can't be monogamy. That's what they think.
Maybe, I mean, I'm sure
but men don't believe women can't.
I'm sure lesbians cheat. I know many who do.
Oh no, absolutely. But I'm saying this is the male mentality that's attacking Megan. Is the man could do whatever he wants. You can't. Right. And that's because that's social standards. But that's bullshit.
So a lot of people will start to question monogamy and then start to think about whether or not they should be in an open relationship instead. So what do you think?
Also, they would think about, was it worth breaking up? Couldn't I just forgive him?
Maybe. But what do you think about people post betrayal breakup considering open relationships or alternatives to monogamy?
That ain't gonna keep them. It ain't gonna keep them. Yo, hold on. I don't know who the fuck I was. Oh, it was a rival video on YouTube. This woman was being interviewed, and they talked about her last relationship, and she was like, I just got out of a throuple. So then they were like, oh, you're a throuple? Like, how old are you? She's 23. So they were like, okay. So then they were like, when did that relationship start? Oh, well, originally it was just me and him, but after a year, he wanted to be open. So they were open for 2 more years, and then he left her and stayed with the other girl. If it ain't what you really want, why would you settle for it? You're not going to be happy in the relationship, and it's not going to keep that person. So to me, it doesn't make any sense. But I see it. I mean, people do it all the time. They end up broken up.
I think consensual, non-monogamous relationships where that's what both people want can work.
Ethical, non-monogamy? Yes. Consensual is crazy. It should all be consensual at this point.
Well, cheating makes it... When you're cheating, you're in an open relationship. It's just only one of you knows.
Yeah.
So that's what I meant by that. But I think when both people are interested in that works. Of course. I think I have been in the position where like someone's cheating and I'm like, maybe we just be open.
Well,
but that is usually, again, like you mentioned, you trying to keep them, because that was where my head was.
But that's the natural. But I'm gonna say, like, that's the natural thing when you're really in love. Mm-hmm. Like, you're like, no, I can't live without this person until you grow up and you find out you had that 5 times. But when you do love someone, you don't think about like, how can they do this to me? It's like, oh my God, what am I not doing? What can I do to keep them? Which you get out of that as you grow older. Some people don't. Some people just be in their 40s doing the same shit. But most people in the beginning, then they learn from experience. It may not be the first time that they learn after the first experience, but after 2 or 3 times, then you start setting boundaries, what you will accept, what you won't accept, and you know what love looks like. Love is reciprocal. Love cannot be one way. You can't love someone so much that they love you back. That's not how it works.
Gotcha. All right. Anyway, to wrap up this episode, let's jump into retweet or delete.
All right.
I don't have any tweets. Anthony will read 2 or 3, and I will.
This is why Kevin made me work. He texted me to find some fucking tweets.
And I will judge.
Okay, so somebody tweeted and said, Klay seems to be taking everything in stride. And someone retweeted and said, when a powerful, gorgeous, swaggy woman stops standing next to a loser, they go right back to looking corny. Do you retweet or delete? Like, do you think that these men that are corny and have no swag be using these women for clout? And then when they lose that woman, do they keep that same swag and aura?
No, look at Travis Kelce.
Look at Justin Bieber.
Retweet.
Retweet.
Next.
Okay, good. We don't y'all like when we agree once in a while? I don't know who needs to hear this. Actually, I do know. Everybody needs to hear this. Freakum Dress by Beyonce is still a fucking banger. Retweet or delete?
Girl, where the fuck did that come from?
I don't know. It's random. He did this today. That's why he said, I don't know who need to hear this. Apparently, everybody. Is Beyonce's Freakum Freakum dress. Is Beyonce's Freakum dress still a banger to this day?
It's fine.
I don't look at Freakum dress like that.
Freakum dress is fine.
I think of, they act like it's Get Me Bodied. It's not. I delete.
All right. So
I delete that.
That's enough of that. Delete. All right, guys, that is all the time we have for this week's episode of By Latin Men. Thank you so much for tuning in. Before we let you go, I want to remind you, primaries are happening everywhere across the country, and today the Supreme Court actually diluted the power of Black and brown voters across America. You can follow me on Instagram to read more about that. Make sure you're registered to vote. Until next time, see you later. Take care. Love you. Bye.
Bye.